Everything that happens, or ILFL, and in this section we're going to continue discussing the Vets League and the results from last week. Can I show you the First Division results from last Thursday? Here they are on your screen now. Bromley Legends and Revive played out a 1-1 draw. FC Bondu fought hard but couldn't score a goal against Mohammedan, who beat them by 2. And the Riverside Vets and the Hawk and Eagle Vets it was an entertaining game. 1 goal was in it, but it was an entertaining game. But I think Hawk and Eagle were always on top and never looked like getting beat. Can we expect more from the Hawk and Eagle Vets?
Absolutely. We've had new players coming in. It takes a while for the players to gel in and get used to the league as well. You know, I mean, not to mention that there's 2 or 3 players that haven't actually played in the Vets League. They've only kind of turned 35. So it takes a while for them to kind of gel in and get used to the league. And now they've found the foot, and I think the team has actually quite improved. They've enhanced the team.
So with the First Division, is it just a case of, because we can see what Mohammedan are doing, and we'll see the table in a little while, but they're just kind of gone clear.
Yeah.
So it's just about the best of the rest. So are we seeing now a Hawk and Eagle side that will maintain a decent position in the First Division for next season now?
I just hope so. I hope that we would be somewhere in the middle by the end of the season, and then maybe in the next season we might become a challenge or even a threat to the top. But this season, I don't see us getting anywhere near the top. I don't see us getting relegated either. So it's a mid-table target now, and hopefully we'll maintain that. But like I said, we have to maintain that strength as well. And if we don't maintain it, then we will see ourselves somewhere in the bottom.
Rash, just the 2 questions. Mohammedan, are we looking at a Premier Division side in the making?
Definitely.
And
yeah.
who are the best of the rest?
To be honest, with Division 1, from what I've seen in the recent weeks, Mohammedan are too strong. They'll definitely win the league because I can't see anyone catching up. Second place is up for grabs. Any of the other 6 teams that can actually go for second, Hawk and Eagle, Riverside, Bromley, Bondu, Revive, they can all go for second place because it's that close between, in terms of quality-wise, the caliber they have within the other 6 teams are similar. Mohammedan edge it because they've got the experience and they've got the quality of players, and the defense is solid, and they've got creative players, and the finishing of teams, and they're more determined. So I think the other 6 teams can chase up second or third place. It's up for grabs.
Second Division results are here for you on the screen now. Here we go. The City Vets went down 3-0 to the ELS Vets. Good game, 8 goals. Sire Vets B went down to the B team of the Beaumont Masters by 5 goals to 3. And the Workhouse Vets just keep doing what they're doing. They were here on the show last week and they said that they're looking to win every single game. And so they did. They beat the Reserves by 3 goals to 0. So Nanu, let me ask you the question that I kind of posed to them last season. Are there teams in the second division who could easily replace those in the first?
There's probably one team that you've already guessed, Workhouse. It's got to be that team, you know. I mean, they've surprised us, and not just us. They've surprised a lot of people as well. Bystanders that are watching them play, they're saying, "Hold on a second, what's Workhouse doing in the second division?" So, well, hold on, we can't put a team into the second of the Premier Division. You know, they have to work their way up. You know, yeah. And secondly, we don't even know what this team's capable of. You know, we don't know the players and things like that. But now, you know, I mean, this far down the season, you know, they're banging in all the goals. They're sitting comfortably at the top, you know, with 15 points, and they can easily go into the first division and you know, challenge for somewhere at the top space. You know, I wouldn't say title, but I would say top 4 maybe. You know,
so
that quality.
We talked and waxed lyrical earlier in the season about the keep ball strategy of ELS. Is that not a form of football that could challenge in the first division?
ELS, I have to say, I love ELS team. The most deceiving team you can see. You look at the players, the team, the way they turn up, etc., and the way on the pitch, you think, we'll have them. You know, every team underestimates them, but the way they play football, I already watched them twice, and I have to say, they've been one of the best footballers as well. Similar to Workhouse. Their ethics is different. It's all about passing. They stand around, pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball, and they tire off other teams. And to be honest, Workhouse and ELS have been refreshing and have bring a new brand of football to Division 2. And I think both those teams, in the early days, showed their quality, and rightly so, they're on top of the team. So I love ELS the way they play, similar to Workhouse. Workhouse a powerhouse, and to be honest, a lot of teams are surprised, but looking into it, I've discussed it and talked to them. They've been established for a number of years. They do a lot of training on a regular basis, and they're determined, they're ambitious. So I think they're not looking at Division 2, Division 1, they're looking at Premiership. They're looking at getting the cup. So for them, I like the ambition, I like the passion they have. So hopefully in the cup week, if they get to see play against the big boys, will see the potential, what you're discussing about Division 1 or Premiership. But ELS, I've got to say, I love the way they play football. It's one of the refreshing teams in the league.
I think we have to wait too long for Cup Week myself, but there you go, we'll talk about that in a few weeks' time. Let's have a look at the tables. Here they are on the screen for you right now, and Vets League Premier Division looks like this. Tigers are top, 13 points from 6 games, they're hanging on. The Beaumont Masters are right behind them and can be pleased with their achievements thus far. So can Sire Vets, who also have a similar amounts of points. In fact, 4 points separate the top 4 teams, although Weavers looking at 7 games and 9 points played. The amount of goals they're conceding might see them fall away, and you've heard us talk about St Catherine's, who look like they could be replaced by Mohammedan, who are top of the first division, and then it's all about the rest, just fighting and battling to see who can hang on to their shirt tails, basically. Who's going to finish up second in that first division is still up for grabs. The second division here, Workhouse are top, 15 points, ELS are behind them. I still don't think that this division is over. I don't know. Every season we talk about a season having a sting in the tail, and with the second division playing more games than anybody else, can we really see Workhouse Vets going unbeaten for the remainder?
You're absolutely right. You know, people overlook that. You know, I don't think that everybody knows that the second division is actually going to be playing 15 fixtures. And this is the longest season in the history of the Vets League. So, Workhouse, they've got 15 points, ELS are on 11 points, and they're coming very strong, you know.
Yeah.
The reason why people underestimate them is because they started early on in the season, you know. They had some sort of very narrow losses, only because they weren't that clinical up front, you know. And now I think that they've realised that what to do and then how to win games, you know. And as soon as you figure that out, you know, there's no stopping. So, it's still a very long season to go. Workhouse are doing absolutely fantastic, but ELS, do not underestimate them because they're just right behind them, and it's still a very long season with around about another, 9 games left?
So it makes this Thursday a key day for fixtures, particularly in the second division. Let's have a look at your fixtures coming up this Thursday. Mabley Green, Vets League, here we go. Standout fixture there is ELS Vets versus Workhouse Vets, and I'm certainly not going to call it. I'm sure Rashid to my left would want to. Nanu just might. But if ELS get a win there, it opens it up. Do you want to call it, Rush?
My head tells me Workhouse because of the drive they have. ELS, a good side, but they just lack that drive that Workhouse have. So I think a 2-0 win for Workhouse for me, if I had to.
Nanu?
It's a tough call, okay. I think Workhouse might just scrape through a win, but who knows, you know. I mean, I don't really want to underestimate. This is one fixture that I really don't want to predict, you know. My heart says that ELS might win, the stats say that the Workhouse would win, you know. It's a huge clash inside, so do you know what, forget all of this. I'm going to go for ELS Vets win.
That's what we like to see. Let's have one from each side and we'll see what happens next week. I think I have to be there to watch this game with us. Yeah. First division fixtures for you. Here they are on the screen for you now. Hawk and Eagle take on FC Bondu. Bromley, well, if they feel that they're going to hang on second place, really have to try and take something from Mohammedan. And the Tower Hamlets Vets come back in to take on Revive and see if they can revive their season. There was the pun. You see what I did there? Premier Division, here it is. The Beaumont Masters take on the Sire Vets. I think that's a bit of a crunch game there for those two. St Catherine's up against London Tigers, we've already spoke about. Stepney Legends taking on Abahani, but we'll look at the top fixture there. Beaumont Masters versus Sire. I think both teams will have designs on winning this division.
I think they both, this is a key game. I think both teams know this season is their season. If they can catch, you know, maintain the top position. I think them two are looking really good at the moment in time, along with Weavers. Tigers, as Nano said, they're struggling this season. So this is a key game to get the 3 points to, you know, stick. And
the draw doesn't suit either side because on paper they're looking and saying 3 points for Tigers. So a win is a must for these two teams.
It's a must for them to make sure that they have a successful season. And I must say, in the last 4 or 5 weeks, them two teams have stood out. They have looking good. There's a different drive and passion and, you know, an ethos. And because I think they get fed up with seeing Tigers winning everything. So there is a momentum from Sire and Beaumont Masters. So hopefully they can continue. But one team obviously would be disappointed if they lose. So let's see what happens on Thursday.
Who's it going to be? Come on, I'm going to call it. Beaumont Sire.
1-0 to Beaumont Masters.
I think it's going to be 2-0 to Beaumont. I'll tell you why. because a lot has changed with Bowman Masters. You know, they did fantastic last year. They didn't win the title, but they won the cup games. You know, and that was a huge achievement. And you could tell at the end of the season that they've come a long way. You know, and this season, you know, huge impact straight away from the beginning. You know, they've won a few games. You know, they've got a game in hand at 11 points, just behind Tigers. And if they win this game, you know, they're going ahead of Tigers. So they look absolutely lethal up front. You know, their striker looks like he is in form, you know, and he's scoring the goals, he's banging in the goals, his composure and everything, you know, the skills that he's using is very tall.
I think the key thing is they're conceding less goals. If you look at the defence, they only concede 3 goals, which is refreshing to see.
Yeah.
Normally with vets, with Bowman Masters, they concede a lot of goals, so maybe that's the key thing, the defence is more stronger.
I'm going to wave my sire scarf. Because that's what I've done for the last couple of weeks, and I've said that they look like the team for me who could probably win the Premier Division, and I think they'll be disappointed in the fact that they got a draw against Aberhany last week. It was a game they probably could and should have won, and they know that they have to put things right. I am looking forward to Thursday at Mabley Green. We may even start turning our cameras there and switch to all the action that's happening there, because it's exciting, it's good fun, the lights are on, it's bright, it's cold. As it is now, and we'll be reporting from there as always over the next couple of weeks, and we'll be reporting on all the games that happen on Sunday. Next Monday, our time is up, so again, my thanks to Nana and Rashi for joining me on the stage this evening. My thanks as always to the guys behind the screen and make it all possible for you to watch us every Monday night on the ILFL Soccer Night show. So from me to you and from all of the crew, it's good night.